Now to something you can absolutely file under things that aren't supposed to happen. Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant, and Team USA taking on Nigeria in an exhibition game. Team USA is 54-2 in exhibition games since 1992. Kevin Durant, though, driving and getting absolutely stuffed by Precious Achiuwa. Plays for the Heat, by the way. That sets the tone defensively because Nigeria out-rebounded USA 46-34. Jason Tatum now in the fourth. It was a close game. USA down 2. He ties it at 72, 15 points. This Nigerian team made a lot of threes. This is also a team composed of little-known NBA players versus an all-star team. How many max contracts are there on Team USA? 8. 8 of 12. And late in the fourth, you got Team USA down 8. Kevin Durant going to make a 3. That's one of the 4 shots he made. Literally, he shot 4 of 13. That's 23%. Meanwhile, Nigeria making all of the threes. 20 made threes for Nigeria. Jerry Colangelo said, Nigeria has come a long way. Yeah, they have. 10 seconds left. Where is Team USA going? Oh, Zach LaVine with the ball? Nowhere. He can't even get a shot off before getting fouled. And then he would go to the line, and how many free throws did he make? None. He missed them both. Bam Adebayo at the end of the game showed some love for his home country, respect to the motherland, but this was a huge win for Nigeria and a big loss for Team USA, 90-87 the final.
In a way, I'm kind of glad it happened. That loss means nothing if we don't learn from it, but it could be the most important thing in this tournament for us, to learn lessons from this and see what we did to move on.
I don't think any African team has been able to beat USA basketball in an exhibition game or a real game. And to get that win and show that we can was a big moment for us.
USA closed as 28.5-point favorites. This is a team that went unbeaten for 13 years and 78 games. It has now lost 4 times since 2019. As for how far Nigeria has come, these two teams faced off at the 2012 Olympics, and the U.S. won by 83. Here's Brian Windhorst.
The thing that I'm going to say about this is Team USA was really trying to win this game. I wish I could sit here and tell you that they were lethargic and they just didn't care. No, they wanted to win. They just got beat. And so Nigeria is only one of the competitive teams they're going to face just here in Las Vegas. Spain is here. Argentina is here. Australia is here. They're going to be seriously tested before they even get on the plane, and they're going to have to get a lot better, and their chemistry is going to have to improve a lot in the next 10 days.
Team USA has 4 more tune-ups before they do head to Tokyo. They're going to play Australia twice, Argentina and Spain as well. The Americans opened their Olympic schedule against France, who last knocked the U.S. out of the 2019 FIBA World Championships. My hopes are not feeling incredibly excited at the moment.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Let's go from injured pride to literal injury. Like a Gomer Eisenhower somewhere. People are like, which Eisenhower administration? All right, let's
White C, is that?
NBA Finals, which heads to Milwaukee for Game 3 tonight. Suns up 2-0. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, big reasons why. Combining for 113 points. That's the most by a starting backcourt in the first 2 games of a final series since starters were first tracked in 1971. But Booker, this is a continuation of a hot postseason for him. 490 points in these playoffs, the 3rd most in a player's first postseason, trailing only Rick Barry, Dr. J, Julius Erving. Now, remember, the Bucks also trailed the Nets 2-0. They're hoping to join this season's Clippers as the only teams in NBA history to overcome multiple 2-0.
Randy, coming back to Milwaukee in a 2-0 hole, that can come with some intense pressure. But Giannis Antetokounmpo said at the end of the day, it is just basketball, and he's trying to keep it light. And that's a shift for Giannis. As he told me on Saturday, he has an intense drive, but he's had to learn to manage it because he said if he's not careful, it can throw him off of a cliff. But he also told me that is who I am. That drive is who I am. And the Bucks are going to need that drive if they want to get back in this series. And for more on their opponents, the Phoenix Suns, here's Dave McMenamin.
Thanks, Malika. The Phoenix Suns know they can all but secure the first championship in franchise history with a win in Sunday's Game 3. No team in the history of the NBA Finals has come back from a 3-0 deficit. Suns coach Monty Williams is trying to play mind games with his group to trick themselves into forgetting about their 2-0 lead, though. Our mentality is to play every game as if we're coming off a loss, Williams said, and it's not just lip service. Devin Booker told me the team learned in the Western Conference Finals when they were up 3-1 on the LA Clippers with a chance to close out and they lost Game 5 that they, quote, didn't bring it. He said they now know their energy and effort has to be better. The intensity throughout the team can always...
Mac-10, thank you much more on Game 3 still ahead. Why the Bucks need to make things a little more difficult for Chris Paul, or a lot more difficult tonight. How they game plan to do it, though, and shut down the Sun.
I need you to check the calendar and then do a little math. What day is it?
It is 7/11.
There you go, July the 11th. It's National Blueberry Muffin Day. Also, 4 days away from an important deadline in the NFL. Players who have been franchise tagged now have 4 days to work out that long-term deal. Otherwise, tag it is. Chris Godwin is one of those players. We say good morning now to our Jeremy Fowler. It is time for the Fowler Files. Godwin was tagged by the Bucks following a season in which he caught 7 touchdowns, but in only 12 games. So what are you hearing about the potential that a deal actually gets done?
Well, Nicole, right now there are no new developments on a Chris Godwin deal, but there could be some hope at the deadline for 2 reasons. One, Chris Godwin has made clear to the team he wants to be in Tampa Bay. He would like to be there long-term, continue to chase championships. And 2, the Bucks have kept around just about everybody to try to do so. They're signing players. They've put together hundreds of millions of dollars this offseason to keep 22 starters intact and go chase another championship. And so Godwin has a $17 million cap hit on that franchise tag. A new deal could actually lessen that in a big way. So we'll see. They'll probably discuss it, see where it goes. Allen Robinson, another receiver on the tag. I checked in on this one. Talks have been pretty slow. There's a decent chance he plays this year out on the tag. Now, sides are going to leave the door open for talks in the final days and hours and sort of hope for the best, but there simply so far has not been much momentum here. Now, I'm told Robinson is ready to put up big numbers this year, try to smash free agency in 2022. He's only 27 years old, going on a 3rd contract. Let's go to Saquon Barkley. I'm told Barkley has made a lot of progress on his ACL recovery, but the Giants, they just don't want to rush him. They're ensuring he's 100% ready for the season, able to avoid any setbacks. And so, they're cautious about pushing him before he's completely ready. But the word inside the building is that he is eager to get going, moving very well, and there's a feeling that he could eventually push coaches to make a decision on his availability because of his aggressive rehab.
Keep in mind the Giants are among the 29 teams reporting to training camp later this month on July the 27th. Thank you, Jeremy.
The Atlanta Falcons released linebacker Barkevious Mingo on Saturday, doing so after he was arrested Thursday in Texas on a charge of indecency with a child sexual contact. It's a 2nd-degree felony, which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison under Texas state law. Mingo's attorney called the allegations baseless, and the Falcons signed the 30-year-old in March. He has played for 5 teams in 5 seasons, most recently for the Bears last season.
Don't get nervous now. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Play fast.
Booker, long 3-pointer. That's good. Devin Booker with a 7-footer right on him.
It's a 0-0 mindset for us going into Game 3. We know it gets rowdy in Milwaukee, but I think we're ready for it.
All right, turning our attention now to the NBA Finals. Moving to Milwaukee tonight for Game 3. CP3 has the Suns up 2-0. Game 2, he passed Kobe Bryant for 10th on the NBA's all-time postseason assist list. Mike Budenholzer has a plan. His focus is on making Chris Paul uncomfortable tonight.
I think if he's having to take tough shots, if we're making the shots that he's creating for his teammates difficult, that's kind of the mindset, is just, can we make everything hard on Chris Paul? Can we make everything hard on them? And there's been stretches when we've done that well, and there's been stretches where we need to be a lot better. But I think just hopefully trying to make it hard on him, make him uncomfortable, which is, easier said than done.
All right, fresh from the ESPYs, Monica McNutt is with us on SportsCenter AM. You come in formal wear, we're going to go ahead and say.
Is this formal? Let's go. Come on.
To be so thoroughly outclassed in the wardrobe department is certainly humbling. Speaking of humbling, transition much?
Here we go.
This series is lopsided. You can see the game plan from Coach Bud. Hey, we want to make CP3 uncomfortable. In addition to that, what other adjustments would you recommend that Milwaukee makes?
Okay, so they've got to complete the play when I look at what they did in Game 2, Scott. They did a good job of pushing up on CP3, particularly in the backcourt. They forced the ball out of his hands before those screens could come. And you go from a 1-point ball game in which you were leading to down 2. That is completing the play. We saw it in spots.
Yeah.
They do defend CP3 and make it difficult on him, but you got to finish the play.
And you got to think that perhaps Phoenix won't continue to shoot 50% from the three-point line. Who wins tonight?
I got the Bucks getting it done at home.
Okay. All right. Now they are favored, and over the last 30 postseasons, there have been 7 instances of a team down 2-0 NBA Finals to be favored in Game 3. All 7 of those teams went on to win that Game 3. We'll see if McNutt is right on SportsCenter AM.